Shrine Keeper.
Yes?
Who was the knight, Artorias?
Artorias of the Abyss? That is a long story. Rest at the bonfire and listen to the tragic story of a hero.
Wherever thou art, stay away. Soon, I will be consumed by them, by the dark. The spread of the abyss must be stopped.
Sir Artorias was one of the 4 Knights of Gwyn, a legendary warrior sworn to the service of the Lord of Sunlight. Wielding a colossal greatsword and an unshakable will, he earned Gwyn's trust and a soul touched by greatness. Alongside Ornstein, Goff, and Kieran, Artorias stood as one of the mightiest defenders of Londo. As a symbol of his oath, he was gifted a ring, marked by a wolf. It granted him poise in battle, letting him stand firm even against the fiercest blows. Clad in azure armor and draped in glory, he strode into battle with a great shield and sword in hand. But Artorias was not alone. He shared a deep bond with another knight, Kieran, the Lord's blade. And one day, he met a wolf. Not just any beast, a great gray wolf named Sif. Together, they fought side by side. Sif learned her master's ways, even wielded his blade, and in time, carried a part of Artorias' very soul. After Lord Gwyn sacrificed himself to rekindle the first flame, a new darkness began to stir. The primordial serpent, Koth, sought out humans strong enough to lead an age of dark, an age ruled by shadows and despair. He found the 4 kings, powerful beings born from fragments of Gwyn's own soul, ruling over New Londo. Koth whispered his dark promises to them, teaching the forbidden art of life drain, a way to steal humanity itself. Under his influence, their knights transformed into dark wraiths, twisted servants of the abyss, roaming New Londo to snatch human souls. The 4 kings tore open a gateway to the abyss at the heart of their city, letting the darkness spread unchecked. With red-eye orbs granted by Koth, the dark wraiths ravaged the world, deepening the shadows and spreading the abyss further. The gods of Londo saw the rise of the dark wraiths, humans freed from the curse of the dark sign and wielding a boundless dark soul as an existential threat. Artorias, one of Gwyn's 4 knights, was sent to stop them. He was given a silver pendant, a talisman meant to shield him from the corrupting abyss. But it wasn't enough. The abyss barred his path. To cross, Artorias forged a desperate covenant with the beasts of the abyss, a ring that granted him passage, but cursed his greatsword forever. Thus, the Abysswalker was born, a knight hunting the dark wraiths through shadows and ruin. Yet, despite his strength, he failed to stop the 4 kings or close the abyss's gaping maw. In the end, a grim choice was made. New Londo was flooded, drowning its people and culture to seal away the darkness. Sorcerers raised the waters without warning. No evacuation, no mercy. Those left behind were cursed to roam as ghosts, forever trapped in the ruins of a lost kingdom. After the failure to stop the 4 kings, Koth turned his eyes to Oolacile. There he twisted the minds of its people, convincing them to disturb the grave of Manus, a primordial man with a vast dark soul and dark sorcery beyond measure. Manus had been buried deep beneath the city's dungeons, his power sealed away. The royal family took a broken pendant from Manus's tomb and gave it to Princess Dusk, a precious keepsake that held the remnants of his soul. Driven mad by longing for this lost relic, Manus's dark power spiraled out of control. He transformed into a monstrous beast, endlessly hunting for his pendant. His unchecked humanity exploded into a raging abyss, threatening to swallow Oolacile whole. The darkness unleashed created twisted humanity phantoms, minds of their own, and corrupted the people, mutating their bodies with grotesque, cracked skulls, lined with countless red eyes and exposed brains. As the abyss spread through Oolacile, Knight Artorias returned to confront Manus, the very source of this darkness. Armed with his silver pendant and accompanied by his loyal companion, Sif, Artorias faced the father of the abyss. But Manus's power was overwhelming. Despite their courage, Artorias' strength was not enough. Gravely wounded, Artorias used his cleansing great shield to create a barrier, protecting Sif and holding back the darkness. Corrupted by the abyss, his armor worn and soul twisted, Artorias fought alone against the relentless creatures of Oolacile, and ultimately succumbed to the darkness. At one point, Manus reclaimed his lost pendant by kidnapping Princess Dusk, retreating deeper into the abyss. A strange twist of time brought the chosen undead, the hero of legend, to the past, drawn by Manus's dark power. It was this undead who finally ended Artorias' suffering, defeated Manus, and sealed away the abyss that threatened to consume Oolacile. To preserve the honor of the fallen knight, the tale was told that Artorias alone had conquered the abyss, his sacrifice immortalized. Kieran, Artorias' dear friend, later requested his soul from the chosen undead to pay proper respects to a knight who gave everything. Centuries passed, and the ruins of Oolacile slowly faded beneath the wild growth of what became known as the Darkroot Garden. The ancient guardians of Oolacile still roam, now turned to stone, silent sentinels of a forgotten age. Sif survived the horrors of the abyss thanks to the chosen undead's intervention. The great Grey Wolf inherited Artorias' divine greatsword and the magical ring that once let the knight cross the abyss itself. Sif made the forest her home, the resting place of her fallen master. There, wielding Artorias' sword with fierce loyalty, she stands guard against any who dare disturb the grave of a legend. Many undead have tried, and many have fallen. Though the Wolf Knight faded into legend, his legacy lived on, carried forward by a new covenant in the land of Lothric. These warriors, known as the Abyss Watchers, swore to fight the darkness with a fierce, wild style, wielding ultra greatswords and parrying daggers just like their first master. Bound by wolfblood, their souls merged into one eternal mandate: to hold back the tides of the abyss. The Abyss Watchers claimed Farron Keep, the swamp that once was Oolacile and Darkroot Garden, guarding the very ground where Manus' abyss was born, and near Artorias' tomb. They became infamous for their ruthless, scorched earth tactics, destroying kingdoms at the first sign of corruption. Many undead sought to join their ranks, hoping to inherit the wolf's strength and become part of the undead legion. When the Age of Fire waned, the Abyss Watchers rose as Lords of Cinder, linking the first flame. But when Prince Lothric refused his fate, the Watchers abandoned their thrones, returning to Farron Keep to wait, leaving Firelink Shrine seat empty. The fire burns, but the wolves wait.